Yep. Good evening, everyone. So, in previous demo sessions, actually, I explained few features of React. We discussed about what is React and what are the features of React. So, mostly today we will update the videos, means of previous sessions. If anybody missed out the previous two sessions, those videos I will upload into the classroom. I will give you the classroom code, anybody newly added into this. In that, you will find the videos of previous topics what we discussed. Actually, in the last session of our React demo, we discussed about what is React, and we discussed what are the features of React. You remembered what are the features of React, right? What are those features? The first important feature of React is what? The virtual DOM. We discussed 3 points. So we discussed what is DOM, we discussed what is a shadow DOM, and we discussed about what is a virtual DOM. Virtual DOM. We learned about these three things. So DOM, shadow DOM, and virtual DOM. These are the points we discussed. Now, another important we learned, it is a component based, right? Component based means component based advantage is reusability, maintainability, testability, so that we can build applications in a faster pace. That is important. Another we discussed about what is it? Modular. Modular means only the library that is required for that situation will be loaded. Anything else? So the compiling technique, if you remembered, we discussed two compiling techniques. Just compiling technique, another one is AOT, ahead of time. What is AOT and JIT? I explained the difference, but later once you start learning React, some more you will understand, right? So the key features are these: the virtual DOM, component based, modular, and ahead of time. But some drawbacks are there. That means what are the issues? Today we will discuss some point. What are the issues with React or React.js? What are the problems with React.js? Actually, one of the main problem with the React.js is React.js or React is not designed for it is not designed for your requirements. React is not designed for your requirements. Hence lot of gaps will be there. This is one bigger problem you have to face. React is not designed for your requirements, then lot of gaps. What is that meaning? I will tell you. Actually, React is a library which is used internally by Facebook team. Facebook uses it internally. That means I hope you people have a little bit awareness on. Do you know developersfacebook.com? Do you have any idea about this? No. You don't have any idea about developers Facebook. We have developers Google, we have developers Facebook, communities are there. Actually, what is this developers Facebook is nothing but you can build apps for Facebook. You see on Facebook, several apps are coming, like enter your date of birth, enter your details, and automatically it will show you after 30 years how you look, after 50 years how you look. Have you seen such things? Right? So many different entertaining apps are coming on Facebook. Now the question, are these apps designed by Facebook? Are those apps designed by Facebook? No, they are not designed by Facebook, but they are designed by developers like you and contributed. Developers like you are building apps and they are giving those apps to Facebook. Facebook will verify and Facebook will check, is that app good, having all the basic standards? Can we promote this app to the other people? If they look this, they review it, if they find it interesting, they will automatically promote that app. Even you see Google Play Store is there. In Google Play Store, so many apps are there. All are developed by Google? No, they are all not developed by Google. So Google officially develops only few. All others are third parties. That means somebody designed and given. So this is such community. That means you can go here, you can register, and you can build apps and you can give it to Facebook. If Facebook likes your apps and it promotes, they will monetize. That means they will pay you for your apps. They will pay money for those apps. How many people are using, downloading, based on that you will get money. This is something what Google is also having, Facebook is also having. So now the question is, okay, as a developer I can build apps for Facebook. The question is, which technology I should use? That means as developer we asked Facebook which technology we can use. Then Facebook said that you use whatever technology you know. You are a PHP developer, use PHP. You are a .NET developer, use .NET. You are a Java developer, use .NET. Just give it to us. We will take care about how do we put that into our store. We will take care about that. Whatever technology you know, you use it. That is what they say. And our developers start building apps and contributing to Google. But our developers were not satisfied with the apps we are developing. Why? Because when we look at the apps originally designed by Facebook and the apps developed by us, lot of difference is there. Difference means interface, look and feel, effective. Then we asked Facebook people what you are using. You asked us to use whatever you know, but what you are using? Then Facebook said that we have our own library called React. That means Facebook is using React.js library before world knows about React.js. That means before world knows about React.js, there is React.js. But it is not known to outside world because it is internally used by Facebook. Then we asked, as developers, we asked Facebook that why can't you make it open source so that everybody can use it? We want to use your library. Then Facebook said, okay, we will release it as open source so that you can use this to build apps. That means like this, not only React, Angular also was internally there before world knows about Angular. Angular and React are not new inventions, they are discovery. You know the meaning of discovery? Invention and discovery difference, you know, right? That means React and Angular are the technologies which are discovery by developers. They are not inventions. Discovery means they are already there, but nobody knows. But later people came to know about it. Developers came to know about them. Then they became popular. Now, is React JS designed for your requirements? No. Is Angular designed for your requirements? No. But still you are using. Then obviously they will have some issues. Am I right? That means you are using a technology which is not designed for your requirements, but you are still interested in using it. Then obviously it will have some gaps. Gaps means it cannot fulfill what you need. For example, I will tell you one simple concept. This is very, very important in React because every day you have to work with that. Actually, suppose a simple example I will give, like suppose a supermarket. For a supermarket, we need to build an app. That means they came to us and said that, please build an app for us. A supermarket people came to us and say build. Now the question is, which technology you will choose to build an app for supermarket? Java, .NET, PHP, Python, which technology you will choose to build an app for this supermarket? You cannot say that I will use Java because I learned Java. I cannot use .NET because I learned .NET. How a company selects a technology to build a software? Any idea? Actually, how a company selects a software to build application? For that, they have to prepare a table called as is, to be, as is to be, and gap. This is the table they have to prepare. As is means what your technology is capable of. What your technology is capable of is as is. To be means what client wants. Understood? What your technology is capable of and what client wants. And remember, whatever client wants, everything is not there in your technology. That means there will be some gaps. There is no technology in the world which can satisfy all the requirements of any particular client. There will be some gaps. That means gap means what they want and what your technology is not having. For example, if anybody learned Java, .NET, PHP, Python, we will ask one question to them like, okay, you learned Java. Can you write a program to read barcode? Can you write a program to generate barcode? If you say, no, I haven't learned anything like that, then how you will build an app for supermarket where everything works on barcode? Am I right? Then what Java, .NET, these PHP, all these developers will tell, our Java, .NET, PHP don't have anything for barcodes. We will use third party. Third party means some third party libraries are available. What we have to do? We have to use those libraries. And by using those libraries, we have to achieve the functionality. Internally, my technology is not having that capacity. It is not having that facility. Then I have to depend on third party. For example, such third parties, so many are there. For example, see Telerik. This is a third party. Telerik is a third party. You can see Telerik modern UI made easy. You can see these are the customers of Telerik. NASA is customer of Telerik. Microsoft is customer of Telerik. Microsoft itself is a software development company and they are taking support of software from this Telerik. You may ask like why they are doing that. They have their own developers. They can build everything. Microsoft is building huge applications, then why they are taking support of any third party? Just because already they are working with their technology, which is having lot of concepts, and some concepts are already there with some other people, and those people are popular in doing it. So we will not involve in that business again. Whatever they build, we will take them from them and we will use in our environment. For example, you are using Samsung mobile. I hope you all people know that the camera of Samsung mobile is not built by Samsung. Am I right? The camera lens is not by Samsung. Lens belongs to some other company. Camera belongs to some other company. You cannot ask Samsung, why can't you build your own lens? Then they will say that already we have a lot of business and building a lens is another business. We are not involved in that. Somebody is doing it. From them, we will purchase it and put it in our camera. Understood? That means the point here is you are developing software, but your software means applications. For that, you need to choose a technology, and which technology you will choose, which technology have less gaps, which technology have less gaps, that technology we choose. For example, suppose Java is having some 10% gaps. .NET is having some 15% gaps. PHP is having 2% gaps. Then we decide to use PHP. Why? Because 98% it can fulfill, only 2% it cannot. Then the question is how to fill these 2% gaps? By using third party. Some third parties are free, some third parties we have to purchase and use. And in React, lot of gaps. In React, lot of gaps. You will see that practically. You will see that practically. Suppose I want to design a form. I am not satisfied with what React is giving. Then I will take a third party. I want to design validation in form. I am not satisfied with what React is giving. I will take a third party for that. I want to communicate with the API. I am not satisfied with React, what it is doing. I have to depend on a third party. That means in React, 90% third party. That means lot of gaps, but this is not a concern for us. This is also we take as an advantage, because by adding lot of these third parties, we can build a very effective interface, because we can borrow from everybody. And your technology can smoothly plug in with any others. That means React is designed in such a way that any third party can easily plug in. If any third party can easily plug in, then it is very good, because many software technologies cannot easily plug in the third parties. Several issues will come. React is good in that. That means several best people are supporting your technology. That means you can build a better UI when compared to others. That means this is a problem as well as this is not a issue. This is an issue, right? But this is not a concern very much. Still, we are satisfied. That means even this is a concern, we are satisfied because we have solution. We have solution, but it is a concern. Why it is a concern? Because lot of third parties you have to use. And one problem you will face in real-time project is, here you learned some third parties. The same third party may not be used by your company. Understood? That means in React, we will teach you some third parties. 80% of companies may use the third party, what you learned in class. But some 20% they may not use. Sometimes they build their own. In that case, even you Google, you will not get a help on that. You have to learn and explore by yourself about those new concepts, what they built for that React. But once you are good in React, you will able to handle any third party. That means once you know how to handle one third party, nobody need to teach you how to handle other third parties, right? So what is one of the main drawback? React is not designed for your requirements. If React is not designed for your requirements, that means lot of gaps. How to fulfill these lot of gaps? So to fill the gaps, you have to depend on lot of third parties. You have to depend on lot of third parties. You will feel it, you will see it everywhere whenever you are working with React. I will show you both difference. That means without third party, how React can do it, and with third party, how it will be simplified. Then you will get a clarity that, okay, depending on my requirements, I will use this, right? So that is one issue. One of the major issue of React and Angular like technologies is they were not developed for your requirements, but still you are using them. In that case, lot of gaps will be there. You have to depend on a lot of third parties. That is one issue. This is the major concept actually. This is one of the major issue. Another important is actually we have SEO issues. Search engine optimization issues are there, but they are not very major concerns, but little bit issues are there. Those issues I will explain while designing. Once we start practically designing, I will explain what is that SEO issue and how it is a problem. That means it is difficult for a crawler to crawl on your React application and identify the contents easily. Not impossible, it is difficult. That is another problem. That means if you are using lot of third-party plugins, then obviously crawlers cannot understand everything. You know that SEO is majorly managed by whom? Web crawlers. You know robots, na? Right? The entire SEO is managed by crawlers. And it is difficult for a crawler to easily identify your content. That is one of the major issue that we are facing with this. But for that also solutions are there. So we have to handle with them those solutions. Later, once you start learning, you will see them, how to handle this SEO issues. Another major problem is pace of development. This is general issue. This is pace of development is general issue, but it is a issue. Pace of development and poor documentation. These are concerns, not issues. These are concerns. Pace of development is a concern for developer, and poor documentation is also a concern. This is not technology problem. This is concern for developers. Why they are concerned for developers? Because pace of development means actually React started in 2014. Angular also started in the same 2014. Both started in the same 2014. Now we are in currently 2022. We are currently in 2022, and the current React version is 18 versions, and Angular current version is 14. Angular 15, very latest version is 15. That means now the pace of development is a problem. Why pace of development is? I will guarantee that by the time you finish your React course, one more version is ready. Understood? React and Angular are so fast in development that by the time you finish the course of Angular or React, so you started 14, while you finish 14, 15 is ready. Right? The pace of development is very fast. That means in a year, they release 3-4 versions. Then how developer can catch the speed? Right? By the time he knows about the new features, some more new features are coming. This is one concern, right? That is not an issue. That is a concern because that is depending on developer now, how he will catch the speed. That means if you are unable to catch the speed, that is not technology problem. That is your problem, right? So that is the reason it is a concern for developer. You are unable to catch the speed, that is your problem, right? Don't blame this on technology, right? That is the reason technology related means gaps and SEO issues. Others are just concerns. Others are just concerned. Poor documentation, because documentation means help. That means if I have to learn the technology, then I can go to their official website. In the official website, help will be there. In the help, you can read what is it, how to implement it and all. Who prepared that help? People like you only, not official React team. Because React is an open source community. So developers like you have to prepare that help and put it. Who will prepare every updated document every few days one new option is coming? That is the reason lot of technical things you will face here, issues you will face here while implementing the concepts. Why? Because a concept is there, but detailed content is not there. That means some points are missing. We have to do lot of research and understand the concept and implement it. That is another problem. And that means there is no one place where you can get solution for everything. You have to do lot of research to get the solution for that. But for a senior or for a experienced developer, these are not issues, because he know where to search, he know how to search, he know how to get the information, he knows everything. Means technically speaking, see, if any real-time experience people are there, generally what they say, see, I have 5 years experience, I have 10 years experience. Frankly speaking, a 5-10 years experience person of any software technology usually means technically he should not attend a class to learn technology. He should able to learn technology by himself. That is his experience counts. That is where his experience count. Then what is experience? If a developer cannot explore a technology and learn by himself, then he is not suitable as developer. And his experience is nothing, right? But that is the key point here. But why experienced people who are working for more than 5 years, 10 years also attend these classes? Because two reasons. One reason is they don't have time. Because they don't have time to do all the research and know about a concept. They don't have that much time, because already their brains are cooked up with all the work they are doing in company. That means they have a lot of pressure in the projects they are working. They don't have time to explore everything. Then they take help of any trainer, and through that they can feel easy to understand the concept, and they will later explore. But at least they will get a complete picture of the concept without doing the explore by themselves. Frankly speaking, no experienced person should attend any class for learning a technology. He must able to explore the technology by himself and learn. If he can do that, that is where his experience counts. For example, tomorrow one new version came, a trainer is teaching you that version. How he learned? Who trained him? Facebook people conducted a class, huh? Then who trained him that he is training you? That is the concept. That means experience counts in this exploring of concepts. How to explore, where you will get this information, I will give you detail, so that later after you finish React, later another new version comes in React, then you will able to explore by yourself and learn it. Nobody need to teach you that. Am I right? That means you must have to learn how to explore the concept, and from where to explore and where to get that information. This we will see. I will give you that help, how you can explore the concepts. But you need to keep it as an habit. Then only you can easily handle any technology at high level. Okay. So one of the main concerns and problems with React are this. So I hope you understood what are the drawbacks. One is you are using a technology which is not designed for you. Then lot of gaps will come. We have to fulfill the gaps using lot of third parties. Using lot of third parties plugins and developing an application is difficult for a crawler in SEO. User interface becomes very complex. So pace of development is a concern for developer. Poor documentation is also a concern for developer. These are developer related concerns and technical issues that we have with the React, right? These are the features and the drawbacks of React, right? Now the question, how this React is going to work, how to start practically working with React and all, we will see. But before starting working with React, first we need to understand one concept. That means now, first we are going to learn JavaScript. Means I am not teaching you complete JavaScript. I am going to teach you some advanced JavaScript, which is required for React. So once you know this advanced JavaScript, these concepts you have to implement in React. So we will learn those advanced concept of JavaScript, then we will move into React. So directly we are not starting React. First we will discuss some basic and advanced options of React. Basics I will tell you fast. Advanced topics we will go detailedly, because you have to learn JavaScript separately. In React, nobody teaches you JavaScript. In React, we have to use JavaScript, but in this session, we made it separate to make you understand confident on JavaScript. So we have made that at least advanced topics of JavaScript we will teach you here. Then we will take you to React so that you can easily handle React. Otherwise, it is difficult, because out of 100, 70% of React questions will be JavaScript only. Because React interviews at any level, even experience level also. Why? Because in React, if anybody starts asking the questions, you can easily answer, because we know exactly what they can ask in React. But in JavaScript, complicated. Majority of React interviews at any level, experience level or fresher level, the questions majority will be on JavaScript only. And no wonder if they ask in CSS also. So recently we have seen MNC level interviews for experienced people on React. Lot of questions asked on CSS also. Because what is the purpose of React? The purpose of React is to build effective user interface. With only React, will you build effective user interface? No. Then you need lot of HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, so many third-party JavaScript. That means this will make easy, but you need to know all the basic concepts, right? That is the reason we will start working with this JavaScript, right? To start working with JavaScript, first I will show you how do we set up a project, and in that project, how we can add JavaScript, and means how we can work with JavaScript and use it, right? Let's see. For that, first thing is here. That means we are going to start JavaScript. For that, first, before starting JavaScript, we will first set up environment so that we can practically do some work. So this you have to do practically. That means I will show you here. You have to try this at home. So on your laptop, desktop, if you face any problem, let me know. In the next session, we will see that, right? Initially, first, we need to set up environment. Set up environment for web development. You set up environment for web development. There we will see how to use React, JavaScript, everything, right? To set up environment for web development, first thing what you have to do is you have to download and install Node.js on your PC. You have to download and install Node.js on your PC. Why we have to download and install Node.js on the PC? Actually, Why we are downloading is because we are downloading Node.js for a package manager, called npm, I hope you all people know, because if you learn basic HTML and all, what is a package manager? In software development, software developers need a package manager. Package manager is a software tool. By using this tool, you can download and install the libraries that you need for project. Right? When you are building a project, so in any technology, when you are building a project, you need some libraries. Those libraries generally we can get in a different way. How? I will tell you. Suppose we are developing a project. In that project, I want to use Bootstrap. If I want to use Bootstrap, then first what you have to do, we have to visit official website of Bootstrap. After visiting the official website of Bootstrap, we have to go to download. In the download, they will give you download link. You have to download that files. Obviously, when you download, they will give a zip folder. You have to extract, copy the files, go to your project, paste them in a proper location, and you can use them. This is not recommended. This is lengthy process. What professional software people do, they use a package manager tool. By using package manager, they can download and install or uninstall or update any package, any library in their project. There are so many package managers. So there are various package managers. There are various package managers, like we have npm, we have like bower, we have like NuGet. So NuGet, you have like yarn, so many package manager like Ruby gems, so many are there. So many package managers are there, you can use any. We will stick to this package manager called npm. We will use the package manager npm. In all our React, we will work with this npm. You can see here, this is Bootstrap. They will say that you can try package managers. You can try package managers, and there are so many package managers: npm, yarn, Ruby gems, composer, NuGet. So many package managers are there. You can use any package manager. We are going to use this package manager called npm. In all our React, we are going to work with this npm package manager. Okay. So how to get that package manager? To get the package manager, you have to download and install Node.js in your computer. So what you have to do is you have to visit the official website. I will give you the link here. This is nodejs.org. This is the official website. You need to visit that official website. So install Node.js, and this is from where you can install. You can just Google, you will get it. You can get the official Node.js website. You download and install Node.js on your PC. So you download according to your operating system, because it is available for all type of operating systems. You can go to other downloads and it will give you all the downloads. And you download here, make sure that you are downloading this recommended for most users, that is 18 version. Don't go with this 19. This is to update from older to new. So currently you have to download and install this one, right? 18 version. You just download, a setup file will come. You start the setup file, automatically it will guide you steps, next. That's it. You don't need to worry about installation and all. Only 3-4 steps will come. Next, you click, it is finished, right? So it is a very simple process to download this Node.js on your PC. After downloading, once test node and npm version. Which version is installed? Once check. Why? Because currently you are learning React 18, and for that old version of Node.js is no longer supported. No longer supported. Some people who are working in their company laptops, they may already have Node.js, which may not be suitable for latest version of React that you are learning in this session. So you need to update that Node.js package manager to the latest version, and compulsory you have to make sure that node version is above 14. Node.js version is above 14 and npm version is above 6. Above 6. If any company the versions are less than what I mentioned here, you can't use React latest. You will face problems in doing that. You can't try that. So you need to update your node package manager with the latest versions, right? How to check the version? Just what you have to do, open your command prompt, then there type node-v, and you can type npm-v. V is the flag, that is for version, to check which version of Node.js is working. If it is showing that unrecognized command, that means Node.js is not installed. First install Node.js, after that check the version. So open your command prompt, and here we have to check node-v. This is Node.js version, and npm-v, this is npm version, and it is above 14 and above 6, that is fine. I am having the version 18.1.2 and I am having this 8.1.9, that is enough. Anything above 14 version is enough, right? So if it is showing unrecognized command or anything, then make sure that you installed the Node.js first properly, right? Once this is ready, that means for basic web development you need this, and remember, without this you can't touch React in future. Make sure that you have first installed this. Okay, next. Second, after you downloaded Node.js, you download and install Visual Studio Code Editor. Visual Studio Code Editor. You have to download and install this editor. We are going to learn complete React on this editor only. Actually, developers can use different editors. Hundreds of editors are there, but we are going to work with this editor only. Why? Because later we have to use React with TypeScript. TypeScript is a language. TypeScript officially belongs to Microsoft, and Visual Studio Code also belongs to Microsoft. So they will provide a better help than anybody else. So better use this Visual Studio Code. So you have to download and install Visual Studio Code. Actually, so many editors are there. These are all editors. You can see these are all editors. So many editors are present. So many editors are present. You can use any editor you want. You can use any editor you want. We are using this Visual Studio Code. We are using that Visual Studio Code as editor. So what you have to do is, so you need to get this one. What is it? You have to just type. I will give you the official link directly. This is the code Visual Studio. Yeah, this is the official link I will give you. From here, you can download Visual Studio Code in your computer, right? And this Visual Studio Code is an editor, and you know, I don't need to explain what is the purpose of editor. What is the purpose of editor? Editor provides an IDE, integrated development environment, from where developer can build, debug, test, and deploy applications. Editor provides an IDE, an integrated development environment, from where we can build, we can debug, we can test, and we can deploy applications. Right? Yeah. And we are going to use this Visual Studio Code editor. Okay. You download and install this Visual Studio Code editor. After that, download and install. So download and install following plugins. You can say extensions for VS Code, Visual Studio Code. After you downloaded Visual Studio Code, to daily work with it, we have to download some extensions, because Visual Studio Code is provided with so many extensions so that you can use for any technology. You can run .NET programs here, Java programs here, Python programs here, anything, PHP, but it is not readily available with them. You have to add the plugins what you need. So what you have to do is, this is the Visual Studio. In my computer, I have this Visual Studio Code. I will show you the initial, how it looks like. You can see this is the Visual Studio Code editor. Now in this Visual Studio Code editor, you have to go to extensions. This is extensions. You click on extensions and you need to install some extensions. I will give you some list here. You install an extension called Live Server. I hope you know this. Live Server is used for testing our apps. Our applications are tested on a local server. That local server is Live Server. You download and install this Live Server. You will see here in the extension, search for Live Server. And you can see this is Live Server extension. You can download and install this extension. It is already installed in my machine, right? So you have to just select install, right? It is already installed in my Visual Studio. You install. One more, you install VS Code icons also. VS Code icons is good for reasonable icons for files. You can download this extension also. You search for VS Code icons. You will get VS Code icons. This is VS Code icons. You can install this also. This is a good one which will give you reasonable icons for files, so that by seeing the file you can identify, is it a JavaScript file, HTML file and all. So you have to download Visual Studio and add these two extensions. That is enough. That means I hope already you people, if you worked with HTML and all, you already have this environment. So you set up all this environment already. You already have that, but I am giving an overview. So anybody who is not aware of this, right? You need to because this is very common basics of web designing, right? And everybody knows in web development. If you are not aware, at least you should know that, because you need to practice, right? So download Node.js, download Visual Studio Code and add the extensions. This is enough. As of now, this is enough. This is enough. That means environment is ready. We can start building the applications. Now we will see here, first thing here, what we will do is here, we will see how to create a new project. Remember, we are not creating a React project, because first we are starting with web application, general web application. Later in this web application, you can add React. I will show you. In this web application, you can add React. React can be added anywhere, wherever you want. I will show you that. We are creating a project, but this is an ordinary, what kind of application? Web application. In this web application also, you can use React. I will show you that. First, how to create a traditional web application, right? How to create a traditional web application? First, create a new folder. Create a new folder on your PC for project, right? For project, create a new folder. I am going in my computer locations. I will select some D drive or E drive, any location, C, D, E, whatever you want. I selected some D or E drive. Yeah. I will go here, create a new folder. And in this folder, I will give React web app. I'm just creating React web app. I'm just creating a folder called React Web App. It is an empty folder, nothing is there. I will just create a new folder here. In any drive location you can choose. After that, what you have to do, open the folder in your editor. Editor is what? VS Code. Open the folder in your editor. This is our editor. Let's open that folder. Go to File, Open Folder, and I created in E drive. In E drive, React Web Application. Select that folder. It is currently empty. It is currently empty. It is not having anything. So this is an empty project. How do you make it as a professional web application? To make it as a professional web application, what we have to do is, in this project, first you need to open terminal. You will find here there is a terminal menu. In the terminal menu, select new terminal. Terminal will open command prompt like this. This is command prompt. That means you have to go to that command prompt. And in this command prompt, you have to run a command npm init and flag y. You have to run the command npm init y. So you have to open the terminal. In the terminal, you have to run this command npm init y. This is npm is package manager initializing a project. Init is initializing a project. And I hope you people know every project, anybody created a project and given to a project, given you an project. So some of your friends designed a project and given you that project. Now the question is, how do you know in this project what library he used? So from where you will get that information? Actually, professionally, in every software applications, there will be a file called package.json. What is this package.json file? It is a repository which contains information about all the library. You can simply say it is metadata. Metadata means it contains information about your project, like which version it is, what libraries it is using, which version libraries it is using. All that information is present in a file called package.json. Remember, actually, a ordinary web developer should have idea of all this. Unfortunately, people who come to learn React, to them, we have to teach file system. File system means this folder name is public. We use this folder for this purpose. That is not good, because any basic web developer should know what is the project architecture. But unfortunately, you will see several YouTube videos also. People will be teaching you about which file for what purpose it is used. That is not good actually. Why? Because a general web developer knows the purpose of basic files which are required for a project. And unfortunately, we have to explain a React learner what is package.json. This is poor. Why? Because you are coming to learn React like technology. That means you should have at least minimum knowledge that a project will have a file called package.json. Otherwise, this kind of knowledge will not make you to fit in real-time development. That means at React level, somebody should not teach you that package.json purpose is this. Understood? That is general basic web development level. Very basic. HTML learners knows what is package.json. Right? But you will see this file in your React project. There you will get a doubt if you are first time learning web development, what is this package.json? And somebody need to explain what is a package.json. But this package.json is created by using this command. Understood? That means what npm init is going to do, it is going to add a package.json into your project so that metadata is ready. Later that will be updated automatically when you are adding libraries. Okay, you have to run this command npm init y. So what you have to do, after you open, then open terminal, you have to open terminal. So you can do that from terminal menu. From terminal menu you can select new terminal, or there is a shortcut control plus backtick you can use. Control backtick will open the terminal. In this terminal you have to run the following command. Run the following command. Following command, what is the command you have to run? In the terminal you have to run npm init and y. Capitalization, spaces, everything matters. If you misplace anything, it will not work, right? That is the first basic. Right here npm init y and hit enter, and automatically a package json file is created. You can see there is a package json file. This file contains information about your project. Currently by default it has some details you can open and see. That is project name, its version, its description, its other details. Later these are important in React project. Very, very important. I will, at the end of React, I will teach you how to create this file manually. Right? How to create this file manually. That means at scratch level also, you can build a complete application. Usually how people learn React, they will run one command, a project is created. In that project, everything is ready. Just they will run coding. So that is okay while learning. After learning, you should able to create a project of React from scratch, everything. That means every file you have to add manually, every settings you have to write manually. Then only you can crack experience React interviews. If you just created a React project and practiced React as a fresher only, you can crack interviews. But as an experienced person, to crack React interviews, you should know every concept of React project, every setting of React project, which you have to manually do. That means what is the purpose of this file? What is the purpose of this attribute? Everything you will learn at the end, we will discuss. Initially, let it create by itself. By using which command we done that? By using npm init y. Okay. After that, in this project, let's go to the project. In this project, we will add two folders. One is public. You can see there is a new folder button. This is new folder and this is new file. You click the new folder button and we will create a folder called public. We will create another folder called src. As per the tradition, every professional web project contains two folders basically. One is public, another src. Public contains all static resources. Static resources means your HTML files, images, your text documents, your PDF documents, everything is kept in src. Public. src contains all dynamic resources. Your JavaScript files, TypeScript files, all these are kept in src. CSS, SAS files, everything kept in src. So this you will see in your React project compulsory. So you should know what is the purpose of public and src. These we are adding manually. So what we are doing here, so add following folders. So we need two folders into the project. One is what? Public. Another one is src. What is the purpose of public? It comprises of static resources. Static resources like HTML, images, other documents, etc. What is src? It comprises of dynamic resources. Dynamic resources means resources, right? Dynamic resources. Dynamic resources means JavaScript files, CSS files, SAS files, SCSS, TypeScript files, all these are present. These are all present in that file. Okay. We have two folders. One is public, another one src. Now here we need one more point here. In order to start with the project, usually project have one file. So let's add a new file. You know, every web application starts with index.html. Every web project starts with index.html. So in this index.html, you can design your HTML code. You can put any HTML code you want here. I'm adding the basic HTML code as like welcome to React. And once it is ready, and every application starts with which one? Index.html. And once you are ready with this file, then you have to click on go live here. You can see there is a go live at the bottom. Go live means it will start your project, right? Once you click go live, it will start your project, and you can see it will launch the index page. That means our application starts with this index. Now later I will teach you how to put React into this, how we can use React into this, right? But initially we will not directly go into that React. First we will see how to put JavaScript, how JavaScript works, the basics here. Here one important another thing what we have done, add a new file. What is that file name? Index.html. Your application starts with index.html. Now here we need to start using JavaScript. If we have to start using JavaScript, so one of the key point is which version of JavaScript? Which version of JavaScript? We need to be aware of that. So which version of JavaScript? Actually, which version of JavaScript? That means in order to use JavaScript, first you should know JavaScript version. So JavaScript versions, right? Actually, JavaScript several versions are there. So JavaScript popular versions, we have ES5, we have ES6, and we have ES7. These are the popular JavaScript versions. Even companies also, they ask for this. These are JavaScript versions. Actually, ES is shortcut. Originally, it is ECMA script. ECMA script 2015. That is the original name. 2015, 2016, 2017. Like that, so many versions are there. Very latest version is actually ES Next. Very latest in 2022. But companies are not using them. Companies are still using only ES6, maximum 6, very rarely 7, right? And that is enough if you know ES7. So JavaScript, which version we are dealing with, we have to know that version, because in your React, when you are developing a React application and there you have to use JavaScript, then it will ask you which version JavaScript you are using here. Because based on that, React starts interacting with you, because version wise certain features are not supported, right? That is important. So you should know which version of JavaScript you are using. So what you have to do is, how you know which version of JavaScript to set up, those all things I will tell you. Here you need to know that, as I told you, I am not teaching you JavaScript basic. Already basics you should know and come here. I will tell you just advanced options here. In this, one point is, generally when you are trying to use JavaScript in a project, if you want to configure JavaScript, you need to set some restrictions for JavaScript. Then you need a tool called, you have to set up a tool called, in the project itself you do it. What you do is, for JavaScript, you can add ESLint. You can add ESLint. ESLint is language analysis tool. It is compulsory required at high level, because in software companies, when we are using any language, one of the main problem we will face with any language is Every developer have his own way of knowing a concept. And we don't want you to show up your talent in my project. Understood? You may be genius in your technology, but we don't want your talent in my project. According to my requirements, you have to develop a project. You don't show up your talent, we don't want to see your talent. Understood? That means you say, I will write like this shortcut, nobody knows. I don't care. I don't know. I don't want your shortcuts. After all, right? Because we know more shortcuts than you. We know more shortcuts than you. Don't show up your skills to me in my project. You have to follow the rules of my project. Right? Don't try to show up your skills to me. We know more skills than you. Right? That is what project people will tell you every time. Then how they tell the developers that this is the way how you have to write a function. This is the way how you have to declare a variable. In this project, this is what you have to follow. How they tell that? By using this lint, language analysis tool. For example, if I asked you like variable username, it is a string type. How to write a string? In double quote, I written a string as John. If I write in single quote, will it work? If I write in backtick, will it work? Then which one to use? Which one to use? All three will work. Right? This leads to a lot of inconsistency in coding. That is why we don't want any of your assumptions in my code. You have to follow standard. I will say that string double quote only. So double quote only. You put in single quote, it will show warning now. Why? Because you may think that single quote will work now. Why it is showing warning? Because as per this project, we want you to put string in single quote. That's it. Right? We don't care what you know. We want you to do in this way. This can be done by using this ESLint. What you have to do, visit this website. You see ESLint. ESLint is very important. You can visit this ESLint official. This is eslint.org. And this is used for fixing the problems with your JavaScript code. Remember, this is not just giving you the suggestions of normal basic JavaScript. It will even tell you whether your code is good or bad. It even tell you whether your code is good or bad. That's very important because we don't want bad coding techniques. For example, I hope you know, suppose I am writing an if condition, after that true, after that else false. So this is false. Like this, we have some if condition. Now, whenever you are learning a technology, any trainer will tell you, sometimes your trainers will tell you that you can write if condition and after that true, after that else, after that false. No need to put a curly brace. Sometimes anybody may tell you or suggest you that without that curly brace also it will work. But what you should know is this is bad code. You should not try that. You may say that my faculty told me like this, you can try. We don't care your faculty. Who is he? Right? That means now the question here is, the point here is why you are not writing that curly brace block. Why you are not writing? What do you think about that curly brace block? That curly brace block indicates where to start, where to stop. You are not telling where to start and stop. Then what you are trying to tell? You are wasting the time of compiler and it will take more time in compiling. This is completely nonsense code. Not bad, completely nonsense. You should never write like that. You see, officially, we have tools like PMD. This is PMD. PMD, Sonar are world's popular language analysis tools. You go to this PMD documentation. In this documentation, you see rule reference, Java rules, HTML rules, everything will be there. Let's go to the rule reference. Some ECMA rules, yeah. Some rule reference you can observe here. So you can see code style. You can see here, this is the rule. And in the rule, they say that this is okay and this is bad. That is bad. Who said? People who built that language, they are telling, who are you after all? People who built that language, they say that don't do this. And you say, my faculty told me like this. Now, who is your faculty? More than the person who built it, huh? After all. Right? That means these kind of issues will lead to a lot of complications in future. So to avoid this, we need language analysis tools. And for JavaScript, the language analysis tool is what? ESLint. How do we set up this ESLint? You see, you have to run this command. What you have to run the command is to set up ESLint. You have to run this command in your project. npm init @ESLint/config. This is compulsory at high level. At high level, when you are building a project, this is mandatory, right? That means I will go here, open the terminal. We already generated package.json. We will generate this also, npm init ESLint/config, and hit enter. And you can see it is going to generate. It is going to generate. You see, it is asking, how would you like to use ESLint? To check syntax only, or to check syntax and find problems, or to check syntax, find problems, and enforce coding style? This is what I told you. Enforce coding style means even take care about how he writes the code. If he is missing a curly brace, tell him that don't do this. That means coding style also it should verify. Coding style also important, because you know one shortcut style, how other developers know it, right? It is a team-based development. Don't show up your skills there, right? Just follow what is standard, right? In that case, we need to select the third one. I will select the third one. That means I need to check syntax, I need to find the problems, and I need to enforce the coding style. Now you can see that it is asking another important, which module system you want to use. I hope in JavaScript you learned modules in JavaScript OOP concepts. Actually, JavaScript object-oriented programming requires modules. And do you know module systems? Later I will tell you if you don't know. Module systems are very important to run OOP concepts. And the module system, it is asking, do you want JavaScript import export module, or do you want to use common JS which uses require? So we will select the first one. Import export is enough. We will select the first one. Okay. It is asking which framework you want to use for your project. You see, it is asking React or Vue. So which framework we are going to use? React. No, I will not use any React as of now. Later we will manually add it. Understood? Currently we will use a ordinary web application. We will not add any framework. We will select empty, none of this. Why? Because we will learn how to add React manually. Okay, enter. It is asking, does your project use TypeScript? No. As of now, no TypeScript. We are going to use only JavaScript. So no TypeScript. Okay, enter. So where does your code run? Do you want to run in browser, or do you want to run in Node compiler? There is a Node compiler where you can run JavaScript code, but that is required only when you are separately running JavaScript. If you want to see your JavaScript with HTML combination UI, then it should use a browser. So without browser also we can run JavaScript. Without browser also we can run JavaScript by using a Node compiler. We can do that. But when you are trying with React, you should know how to use JavaScript with UI, user interface. I will show you without browser also how it works. Initially we will use browser. Okay, it is asking how would you like to define style. Style means CSS and all styles, how you want to use. So here we will use the popular style guide. Popular style guide means CSS help will come automatically. Okay, and it is asking here which style guide you will follow. We will follow Google style guide. This is Google style guide is enough, right? That is the Google style guide we will follow. Okay, and which format of config file you want. Config file always select JSON, don't use JavaScript. Configuration file, which file? JSON. Okay, now it is adding all the requirements and it is asking, so Google latest ESLint 5 above, would you like to install now? Right? Yes, we will install that. What is your package manager? What is our package manager? NPM. We already have it, otherwise you will stop here. Okay, right? And everything is installed. You can use Google's or you can use standard, anything is okay, but better to follow Google because it will give you good monetization for applications also. Okay, done. Now you can see automatically there is another file added, eslint.rc.json. You open this eslint.rc.json, you will see here environment it is using here, and see the ECMA version. ECMA version, it is saying latest. You can change that version. You see ES which version it is using, 2021. You can change the version, you can set any version. Later I will tell you how to change the settings here. That means according to your project which JavaScript version it is using, you can configure it. Right? If anybody asks, like in interviews for experienced people, this question is asked these days, which experienced people have to know that. Not only experienced, fresher also. If anybody asks how you will decide which JavaScript version to use in project, so how you define which project version, which JavaScript version this project have to use, that is defined by using ESLint. For that we need a configuration file. What is that configuration file? ESLint. Now once you set all this, now your project is ready. Here you see rules are currently empty now. Here we will write the rules. That means we will add the rules manually. That means what should be the quote style, single quote, double quote, backtick. If they don't use that style and use any another style, immediately it shows warning. It will show immediately warning. That is important. So all those rules you are going to understand in level by level. Okay, now project is ready. Now in this project we will learn how to add JavaScript and how do we use the latest features of JavaScript. That we'll see tomorrow. So first you have to set up to this in your computer. Then from tomorrow we will start programming in JavaScript. I will teach you some basic and advanced concepts of JavaScript. Just this will happen 1 week. 1 week our session will be on JavaScript. Then we will move to React. Right? First 1 week complete will be on JavaScript. Basic to advanced, everything we will learn what is necessary for React. Right? Now don't come with a complaint that this is advanced JavaScript we haven't learned here. We are going to learn only what is required for our React. Those advanced topics which are required for React I will give you. That is enough. Right? Others we are not teaching complete JavaScript here. Okay? Right? Others you have to learn by yourself. You have to know basic JavaScript, then you can easily handle. So then tomorrow we'll continue. In tomorrow's session we will start JavaScript basics. Okay, by tomorrow try to set up this environment. If you have any problem, offline people you can bring your device where you are facing the problem. I can check. Online people, if they have any doubt, they can raise their hand. I can get back to them and we can see what problem they are facing. Okay, tomorrow we will start programming in JavaScript. Okay, right.